The Walt Disney Company is making big changes to their nighttime spectacular. I say it's a big change. It's actually a little detail that all of us who appreciate Happily Ever After will very much love. Let's talk about that here on That Park Place. Hello, I am Jonas J. Campbell, an investigative reporter for That Park Place, and I gotta say, this is a story that I have been very pleased to bring to the forefront here. Disney is doing something right. Vash, do you want to guess what it is?
Reinvesting in the parks again?
Yes, actually, the Disney company is putting in new searchlights, but there's even more here. For Magic Kingdom Nighttime Spectaculars, we're going to Braden from Mickey Views here. He's written an article about an amazing little investment that Disney has made. It's a little investment, but it's a big investment for those of us who are looking for Disney to return to the glory that it once was. Oh, it looks like it's 68.6 degrees in Orlando right now. That's air conditioning weather. There's a new spectacle on display at Walt Disney World. Few have noticed thus far. Last week, eagle-eyed fans of Magic Kingdom's new nighttime spectacular, not new, Happily Ever After, discovered something was different about the show's opening sequence when Happily Ever After made its triumphant return to Magic Kingdom Park on April 3rd, 2023. Fans found one particular effect was missing. Here is the searchlight effect here from the original in 2017. In Happily Ever After's initial run, the show utilized 10 of the world's brightest xenon searchlights. Oh, wow. That's I wonder if they were installed by a Girl of Tomorrow. Mounted atop the building's flanking Cinderella Castle, a symmetrical set of 10 AO Falcon arrays. Wow, this is really specific, Braden. Flooded the castle with cinematic beams of light. Most notable in the show's intro sequence, the searchlights danced and strobed throughout the show, adding a sense of spectacle to the Magic Kingdom's well-received nighttime spectacular. Vash, have you seen Happily Ever After?
I have. I just got the. I just had the chance to see it for the first time ever back in August of 2023. So I unfortunately didn't see it with these amazing searchlights that everybody was talking about, and that they've let die out over the years. But it's really, really encouraging to see this, because if there was one thing that was missing, it was definitely this.
Mm-hmm. Well, so according to this article, when the show came back, the lighting effect was not there, and it looks like the supplier for the searchlights had a little bit of trouble during COVID, as so many people did, and now it's back. And what's amazing here to me, an impressive new fleet of searchlights have arrived. According to Disney Glimpses, the updated Happily Ever After lighting sequence, which premiered last week, combines multiple brand new lighting systems into a spectacular effect, integrating two different systems, the Proteus Brutus and Proteus Excalibur. Man, this is so specific and so on the nose. Like I'm impressed with the vast amount of detailed information here from Mickey Views. 20 searchlights flooding the castle during the show. This means there's now double the searchlights in use compared to the original iteration of the effect. Here's the thing that I wanted to point out. Based on the MSRP of these new lights, it can be estimated Disney invested around $250,000 specifically into fixing this little noticed effect. While $250,000 is not a vast investment for a company the size of Disney, it demonstrates that there still lives a commitment at Disney towards plussing existing shows and infrastructure. There's other things here about drone testing here at Walt Disney World, and I highly recommend you all go watch that Mickey Views video for it. We're going to add a little bit here. This has not been the trend at Walt Disney lately. We're seeing a lot of items here. There are these little indications that things are going well for certain attractions, like the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse.
Yes.
Or sorry, is it the Adventureland Treehouse?
Inspired by Swiss Robertson. Yeah.
Yes, it's inspired by Moana as well.
Yes.
You need to throw that in there. That was one of the better items to be integrated back into Disneyland. And this over here, I know it's only $250,000, but $250,000 being put towards an effect that everyone will see, and whether or not they know what they're looking at, they will see a better effect. And that's the kind of Disney that I love.
To bring back an effect to the way it was is one thing. To plus it when you're bringing it back, now that's the Disney, extra right there that we expect from this company. You gotta give them the kudos here. They actually reinvested in the parks in a substantial way. Happily Ever After is so important to the ecology of Magic Kingdom. I mean, it's crazy. These parks are ecosystems, and without a hard-hitting nighttime spectacular, people aren't necessarily convinced to stay longer. Which increases the likelihood that they'll buy merch, and very much increases the likelihood that they'll buy food. So it's important to get nighttime spectaculars correct, and them adding this back in and plussing it, I think it's back to that kind of old school showmanship that we expect from the Walt Disney Company, which is important for them actually coming up here, because it looks like they're not the only ones making investments into their nighttime spectaculars. As we can see right here from Ethan Hershaft, it seems that drones and fireworks were seen testing tonight after park closing at Universal Studios or Universal Orlando Resort. You can see right here. Let's see if I can maximize this, maybe.
You embiggen this? Yes.
Yes, we can see right here. Fireworks and drones being used at Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, that's really cool. Has Universal Orlando? They're not really known for their fireworks shows, are they? I know there's the Harry Potter, the Hogwarts Castle in Harry Potter Land at Hogsmeade.
Yes.
That they have a nighttime spectacular there. I don't recall whether or not they use fireworks.
Yeah, I don't think they have, and to be honest, I believe the Dark Arts show that existed at Hollywood was a Hollywood exclusive. I don't even know if it's actually played in Islands of Adventure. Maybe Ethan could let us know on that, but no.
Yes.
So but the Dark Art Show has featured drones. It's interesting in that setup because they had to set up these nets where the Universal Studios tour that we were talking about before has its unload. It's a very costly procedure. However, the fact that they are investing in drones,
Universal Studios takes the idea of any equipment dropping or phones dropping on guests very seriously.
Unbelievably seriously. That's correct. So a drone coming off course, can't have that. So, but to see Universal Studios investing in their nighttime spectaculars to the point that we've seen new projectors being added that we talked about before. We've seen these level of investments that should extend your evening hours at these parks. It just goes to show you competition is a good thing.
Yes, absolutely, and of course with Universal and with Disney, I expect that even at a low point, Disney fireworks, I can't imagine that the elements that have caused Disney fireworks, sorry, the rest of the Disney company to decline. I won't comment on that in this video. I think that the fireworks industry is probably safe from that because it's such a specific niche within the Walt Disney Company. That being said, they are, of course, the greatest fireworks company in Florida, if I just had to guess. They've been doing this more than anyone else, and they are, of course, the largest consumer of fireworks. I think maybe globally.
I think it's globally, yes. They purchase a lot of fireworks per year. Now they've tried to lessen the emphasis on pyro because it is so expensive. I think Happily Ever After, I think, consumes like $10,000 worth of fireworks a night. So it's relatively expensive to put this on a nightly basis. So they've added projections and obviously these lights that we were talking about at the start of the show. The hope is to get into drones, but there's some flight stuff that there's some flight restrictions that Disney has lobbied for that are keeping them from that. So that's an interesting little wrinkle there, but they've tried to lessen the emphasis on pyro, but people still come back for that, and it's the only place you can really get that kind of experience.
I agree, and they're amazing. There's also the fact that Disney does make money on fireworks packages, and those drone shows. I don't know if they have the bang of a fireworks show. But that being said, like this video. If you like this video, consider sending it out. If you know someone who is interested in these new developments here, I love that Disney is actually putting money into this, and they probably will be adding more here. Let's say I hope they add more drone shows and don't replace the fireworks shows. But I think that this is a ray of hope here, an explosive ray of hope, or a flying computerized ray of hope here for the Walt Disney Company and for Universal Studios. I've never been much of a fan of their nighttime spectaculars there. They aren't really set up for viewing fireworks or nighttime shows there at most of their parks. And that water show that is in the middle of the Universal Studios lagoon or whatever that is, it's never really kept my attention. So if Universal wants to step it up, please step it up and look at your neighbor across the way. That being said, thank you so much to everyone who watched. Consider subscribing to That Park Place for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Place News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.